One of the moments that you talked earlier about you kind of crossed over after that David Haye fight. One of the things I will never forget is the raw emotion that came out of you after you won that fight.
The first one or the second one?
The second one, I believe.
Yeah, that's when Ashley died.
Because of Ashley's passing.
Yes, that broke me to the core. Still does. Think about him every single day. But yeah, that shit's horrible.
He was like a brother to you, and
Yeah, he's Rachel's brother, so he's basically my brother. All Rachel's brothers are my brothers are their brothers. I've known Rachel since she was 9 years old. So Ashley's 18 months younger than her, so I've known Ashley since bloody hell, that makes him 7 the first time I met him. Yeah, that was not nice, mate. And listen, don't get me wrong, it affects her sisters and her brothers and her mother and her father far more than it could possibly affect me. The part that affects me the most, I've tried my best to come to terms with losing Ash. The part that gets me the most is how I see her hate my wife. It just kills her to the core. Like, you've got to understand that them two growing up 18 months apart, they grow up basically like twins. So she adores him, he adores her. They fight, they argue constantly as siblings. And then one day he's here, the next day he's just gone.
And he'd gone on holiday.
Yeah, he'd gone to be his best friend's best man. He was just basically went to a wedding abroad in the most unruly country in the world, Mexico, and just doesn't come home. So yeah, petrifying, mate. I still remember the day getting the phone call and shit like that, yeah. Horrible, horrible time, but there's not much I can say that hasn't already been said. It's just the worst time in my life. It's something that I'll never truly understand. Never.
That life could be so unfair.
Yeah, there's just a kid who's innocent, a lovely, lovely lad. Do you know what? If I could swap places and what happened to him had happened to me, I could half say, well, he's seen his lifelong dream go through. He's lived his life and he's done some bad shit too. So I can kind of accept it if it was myself. I just can't accept such a kid like that who's just such a nice, fucking hell, just loved life, was happy, was always smiling, always telling jokes, the life of the party. Yeah, it's completely unfair. That's why I have the colour red and the AA Angel. People think I'm some kind of baseball fan. I couldn't give a shit about baseball. And as people will know, the red A on my arm is for Ashley, and it's in red because he was a mad Liverpool fan and followed them everywhere. So people would think I absolutely hate red, but I don't now. I actually wear it with a bit of pride. So yeah, just so many things. Like, the kid looked up to me as well. So yeah, hard time, mate. Losing him was the hardest thing that's ever happened in my life. Bear in mind, I've lost 2 grandparents, seen people dying, lots of crazy scenarios, situations. Yeah, but nothing's ever affected me like that. That was worse than Jimmy. That was just fucking, just here 1 minute and gone the next. Yeah, gone. So what can you do?
You said that nearly impacted your relationship with Rachel as well.
Yeah, definitely.
In a big way.
Definitely, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, I'd hope it'd bring us closer, but I just don't think my wife will ever get over it. Well, I know she won't. I know she wants a little brother. And especially when you haven't been given the answers that we should have been given. And there is answers out there. There's people that could give us the answers, but they won't. So, yeah. Very, very hard. I say my heart breaks for my wife and her sisters, and her sister and her brother, and her mother and father especially. A parent should never bury a child in any way, shape or form. That is the most harrowing, frightening thing you could possibly imagine, losing one of your children. How they got through it and how they get through it, I'll never know. So, yeah. Very hard. I always think of the selfish things I've done once again. I've just fucking off to camp after he died, and just because I had to honour that rematch. I gave me word I'd fight him again, and I shouldn't have. It's a regret, but I found a way to get through it and navigate through and got the job done.
You regret giving him your word that you'd fight him or going?
No, I going through with it. Should never have done it. Selfish when I look back, but that's me. I gave me word, and when you give someone your word, you've got to honour it.
When you say you're fucking off the camp, Is that like a form of escapism where you like the fucking off the camp becomes this distraction where you don't have to face the pain?
The pain and the truth. And bear in mind, I'm definitely facing the pain because I just cry myself to sleep every night that I'm in Sheffield. Every night, I cry myself to sleep. But I know my wife's at home crying herself to sleep as well. My kids are with her. Oh yeah. I do that for 3 months. So I go to camp for 12 weeks at a time. 14 weeks for that one because I knew I had to lose X amount of weight. Yeah.
And you're alone in a hotel room crying?
Yeah. Holiday Inn Express in Sheffield. Me, the microwave and my iPad. And me just sobbing. Yeah. I used to do pictures once a week as well on my own and just sit there. Sometimes I've cried in that pictures on my own and I've just had a cap on, my hood over and just cried watching films because it's mad because I can deal with losing Ashley. I can't deal with seeing my wife in pain that I can't change. That's the worst part. She's still in pain and she wouldn't speak to anyone about it. She'll just bottle it up. I hope one day she could come to terms with it, but she can't. I know she can't. It's the worst feeling in the world, man. It's helpless. So, yeah, it's tough.
In one of your interviews, when you were talking about this, you referenced that phase of your life, I think, as being you feeling like you were depressed. Is that accurate? You felt depressed through that?
If that's what depression feels, I don't want to tap on that kind of word because I feel people use it these days to the benefit. I feel people abuse it. I feel like it's used today as a fucking traction part to gain traction or to people actually earn money from saying they're depressed. But if that's what depression was, yeah, crying yourself to sleep and not being able to solve a problem for the life of you don't know how to solve it. And like nothing made me happy. Nothing. Like not. The only time I was ever happy is when I seen her smile. When I seen her smile, and that was very briefly in that period of time. Like even now to this day, I can look at her and know she's thinking about her brother. Even now, we've been past, be 5 years in August. Yeah, 4 or 5 years in August. And I know she's thinking about him. I just know. But I can't change that. And that's the saddest part because as a husband, I should be able to do something about that, but I can't. You know, that's the one thing. I'm a husband, I'm a partner, I should be able to be there for it. Be the comfort blanket, but I can't change it. So, yeah, that's hard. It's tough.
You said you'd never spoken to anyone about it, but have you spoken to anybody about it?
No, I went on SAS and that's where I found out I was fucked up. So going on that show, like I've never seen it back, so I don't know what I've done, what I've said, some of the things, conversations we had. I don't know, but at that point I knew I had a problem because I went on that show thinking I've completed life. I've seen through my lifelong dream. I've done this and I've done that. I've got what I set out to get. I'm financially secure. My career's over. I'm retired. I'm supposed to just enjoy getting fat now and enjoy playing golf. And it was on that show that I realised that I'm not. I'm carrying the burden of what's gone on, and I'm just constantly wanting to make my wife happy. I'm trying to make sense of how I can fix my wife's situation. That's what I found out on that show. Because I was just broken down gradually. And to be fair to Matt Middleton, it was his process that made me realise that. It also made me realise what's important in life. Fucking nothing is as important as what's in the four walls of my house. Nothing matters. Nothing genuinely matters. I've got some great friends and I love them like brothers, I really do. But I'm sorry to say it doesn't matter. What matters is me missus and me kids. There's no one in this world actually needs me or depends on me to the amount that they need me. I put them kids on this planet. I've got to look after them. I've got to give them the best I possibly can. She's my wife. I've got to be the best I can possibly be for her. Nothing else really matters. Not much. And being on that show made me realise that. My phone is just a fucking distraction. I don't need to spend all day on my phone. I spend too much time on it as it is, but I'm trying to implement things now. When I go home, that phone doesn't need to be there. I'm trying my best to just not to leave the phone alone in the house. It's very hard to do, by the way. I'm sure you'll know that as well. But I'm trying to implement things differently in my life, and that show helped me see that. Definitely did.
If you love the Diary of a CEO brand and you watch this channel, please do me a huge favor. Become part of the 15% of the viewers on this channel that have hit the subscribe button. It helps us tremendously, and the bigger the channel gets, the bigger the guests.